So today let's talk about continuous integration concept. Developers are writing the code, and whenever they make a commit, we know that that's called a commit, right? Whenever there's a code change, there's a commit. So whenever there's a commit, I need a system which can pull the code and build it. Means whenever there's a commit, I need a system which can sense it and build it. So this is where developers are writing the code, which is continuous development. And as they write the code, the system should pull the code and build it. Continuous builds. What is meant by continuous builds, or what is meant by building the code? So I need a system which can build the code. And let's say, okay, builds are successful. It should proceed for the next step of testing. Let's say builds fail. Who will fix the errors? Builds fail, syntax errors. Who will fix it?
Developer.
Developers would fix it. Means again a code change, again a code commit, right? So they'll again push the code. This process keep on continuing. Let's say bills fail, syntax errors, runtime errors, it would be again reported. Let's say bills passed. It would go for the next level, which is continuous testing, right? This is where testers will write the test case and those test cases will be executed here. And what if test passed? It will go to the next step. What if test failed? Again, who will fix the bugs or defects identified during testing?
Yeah, again developer. Yeah.
Developers will fix it. So where if it is failed again, it would be reported to developers. Again, they'll fix it. That's a code commit. Whenever there's a commit, it should be identified. Any commit should be identified, and then it should trigger the pipeline. So continuous development, continuous builds, continuous testing, and continuous deployment. Before we go there, so what is meant by continuous build? What is a build? What is meant by building the code?
Packaging, packaging all the changes into one artifact.
Building the code is nothing but compiling and packaging put together is called building. What is meant by compiling?
Compile again the software like Java.
Yeah, converting the source code into executable is called compiling the code. If you take Java code as an example, developers will write .java files. When compiled, they'll be converted into .class files, executables, which is called compiling, right? So for, let's say there are 10 .java files, they'll be converted into 10 .class files, and then they'll be packaged, right? Packaging means converting into single deployable file, single ready to be deployable file. So that's what is packaging. If you have 10 .java files, 10 class files will be generated. All of them will be converted into single deployable artifact, which is packaging. So compiling and packaging put together is called building the code. Right, so continuous development, continuous builds, and then continuous testing. So this is continuous testing, continuous development. Right? So continuous development, continuous building, continuous testing, and let's say, okay, testing is also passed. The application is defect free. There were no bugs. Of course, who will write this test case again? Automation test engineers, testing team will be there. Who will write the test cases? We are automating executing of those test cases. Then comes continuous deployments. It would be deployed into first to lower environment and then to higher environment. So that's how it progresses. So this process of continuous development, continuous builds, continuous testing is possible through continuous integration server called Jenkins. There were so many continuous integration tools, out of which Jenkins is very widely used. In Jenkins, we create the jobs like build job, test job, deploy job, and so on. Jenkins is like an orchestrator, or else one who will manage the entire pipeline. It will not do build, it will not do testing and all. it will use the right tools at the right time to trigger these tasks. Like it will use some build automation tool like Maven, and it will use some test automation tool. Test case may be written in Selenium or UFT, whatever it is, and they'll be executed and deployed using some Docker and so on. So Jenkins uses these tools, means we create some jobs in Jenkins like build job, test job, deploy job. Jenkins will use these tools at the backend to trigger the task. We as a DevOps engineer will be creating these jobs. So on Jenkins, we'll create these jobs by integrating those tools, and those tools perform the task. Also, we'll create this pipeline. We will create the job in such a way that, okay, whenever there's a commit, it should trigger the builds and all. This is the continuous integration pipeline. Any questions from anyone here?
Actually, one question normally when we do a build, right, and we package it, then actually there is one more step. Sometimes they ask for a code coverage or a scanning the codes, right, like sonar cubes and all those. Is a mandatory process, or that is that is also, in DevOps we need to like encounter it, or it needs to be addressed, something kind of.
So there are no mandatory phases or stages you have in the pipeline. There could be different stages. I have highlighted few of them. You can have code review. You can have code coverage, code scans. And if it is containerized, you will have a Docker build stage. And again, Docker image scan stage. There are different stages you have, and code review is, and one more thing here, these tasks are like done by the tools or the plugins. Code review stage, these are related to development, code coverage, code scans, but anyone can create the job. Using this build automation tool, you can also do code review, code coverage, code scans. We'll be doing these two as well. I'll show you these two as well. Those are done via plugins, different plugins in the build automation tool Maven. Yes, there are different stages. Any more questions from anyone? So this is continuous integration. To understand or to appreciate the importance of continuous integration, let's have a look at the traditional integration. You might have worked with the traditional integration process. Continuous. In traditional integration, integration events happen once in a while, maybe once in 3 months, once in a 6 months. Also, it would happen manually. There will be a separate integration team who would integrate the code. And during this integration process, after 3 months, development lead or manager will be involved, and they spend some sleepless nights during this integration process, because integration might be working on integration servers but not on other servers. And also during this integration process, because it is done once in a while, like, or also after 3 months, there'll be a lot of issues identified. To fix them and see the system is working, it would be really a tedious job. This has been the practice some years back, right? If anyone have worked in this approach, you could really identify the importance of continuous integration. Today, integration happens multiple times a day. Whenever there is a commit, it will trigger the whole pipeline, which will integrate the code into the system, test it immediately. All of that is happening immediately, multiple times a day. So you can expect qualitative products because you are doing this multiple times a day. You can expect quality in the product, right? Every code commit, every change they make is going through the entire process. So you can expect quality of the product. And because it is integrated very frequently, you can expect the code to be stable, and the work is more productive. It eliminates human manual errors because the whole process is automated. Productivity increases, stability of the code is always stable, quality increases, right? These are all the advantages of continuous integration. So in a day, your code integrates multiple times in a day. So you can imagine the quality of the product and how quickly the changes are merged into the system. Any questions? See, this is what continuous integration is the process of automating the build and test process. It's build and test process. And of course, here we have so many other phases like scans, coverage, and so on. Each time a commit is run to the version control system. And this is the difference between traditional integration and continuous integration. If you see here, the traditional integration, the time gap between the events is huge. Integration events happen once in 3 months, once in 6 months, you can see. Whereas here in continuous integration, integration happens multiple times a day. And integration events are less and time gap between them is large. You can see the time gap between them is large. Integration happens manually once in a while. Errors due to manual integration. Time and effort consuming process. Integration events are less. Integration events happen manually once, whichever we have discussed till now. And the benefits, quality, productivity, and it eliminates all the manual errors during the traditional integration process. And there are many other integration tools like CodeShip, Bamboo, TeamCity, Travis CA, even GitLab works like a integration server. And we are using Jenkins. Jenkins is clearly the winner in the category. If you see here Jenkins, the blue graph is for Jenkins. There is no clear competitor or a good competitor for Jenkins for various reasons or features of Jenkins. We will talk about them. There's a graph from 2020 or around 19. You can also get the latest graph. Just a second. This is the current trend report. You can see in the Google Trends, this is for Jenkins, GitLab. You can see, you can add anything. GitHub Actions, actually.
One more tool that we are nowadays very commonly used is a Tecton also. Is it different from Jenkins, like comparison wise, or it's similar like for pipelines we
I
use?
haven't heard about this, Harshvardhan. I don't see it's so widely used. If you want, you can compare it. I have added GitHub Actions, which we are hearing now, GitLab and Jenkins, and we use udeploy. There were so many tools are there, but we compare it with Jenkins. That's very widely used. And also, if you know Jenkins, that will help you
Yeah.
work on other tools easily. Like you will get the knowledge and all. Whatever features you have in Jenkins are not available in other tools. May I know
Okay.
what is that tool? Tectron? Is
Actually,
it
Tecton, Tecton.
TKTON?
Yeah.
Mm. These are all newly emerging tools. So many tools are as such, but they are not trending as Jenkins or used as Jenkins in the market. All right, let's come back. So So, why Jenkins is so famous or very widely used? Because of its features, right? The first most basic or the very important feature is it's an open source. Jenkins is again an application which is developed in Java. It's a Java-based application. It's developed in Java. It doesn't mean that it can build or create pipelines only for Java code. It can help you build applications for any code. Just it's an application developed in Java. That's all. And it has got good plugin support. Plugins are like add-ons, right? Which will help or which will enhance the features of Jenkins. It's like a good plugin support, and it will provide you a good support, community support as well. Java is supported by multiple, like you have so many user base or community for Java, right? Same is the case with Jenkins. Good community support. It works on multiple operating systems, same like Java. Java works on Linux, Mac, Windows. Same is the case with Jenkins. Easy to set up and upgrade. Distributed team management. What is distributed team management and all, we will see. So let's get started. Let's begin configuring Jenkins. Can we go ahead? Any questions from anyone?
Noted.
From here
Thank
on, hands-on begins plugins, notifications, continuous pipeline, master slave concept. These are all coming up. So let's begin with the hands-on. You can use the same instance which you have used till now, or else you can create new instance. It's up to you. Use T2 micro instance, which is Linux 2. Key pair is AWS launch instance.
Any specific reason T2 micro?
T2 micro is free tier eligible.
Okay.
P2 micro tells you, actually that tells you the size of your instance. It offers us like a 1 CPU and 1 gigs of memory, which is free tier eligible. This one, T2 micro, 1 virtual CPU, 1 gigs of memory, which is enough for us, which is free tier eligible. That's all is the reason. If you go to T2 small, it's not free tier eligible. You will be charged. T2 medium, very big instance, very good, 2 free CPUs, 4 gigs, you'll be charged. Okay, this is my instance ready. I created a new instance. Let's log in. Let's connect. I'm on Mac, so I'm connecting from my terminal. Go to the location of your PEM file and run the command. I'm in. And I'm checking if Java is present, because Java is the, like Jenkins is a Java based application. The prerequisite is to install Java. You don't need to learn Java for this. You need just Java to be present, because it's a Java based application. That's all. Anyhow, we'll install it. How to install Jenkins? All the URLs, everything are in your drive. Showing you the process. Go to Google and type in Jenkins download. This is the official way you should go. You may store the links, but the link may change and all, right? But you need to know the process. So go to Google and type in Jenkins download. You will see here downloading Jenkins. Like I said, Jenkins works on multiple operating systems, right? So the same is shown here. Red Hat, CentOS-based systems, Windows, OpenSUSE, Linux, FreeBSD, Windows, Mac, and so on. It supports multiple operating systems, Ubuntu, Debian, and Docker containers, everything. So as of now, ours is, where do we fall under? Amazon Linux 2 instance is which type of instance? Amazon Linux 2 is what we have chosen. And yesterday also I have shown you how to check your Linux distribution.
OS release.
Centers.
Amazon Linux 2, which is centrally Red Hat type. So that's how you know your Linux distribution. So this is the one which suits us. So click this. There will be steps corresponding to it. wget, yesterday I have shown you downloading the repository file, Jenkins repository file. So wget, it will download this from this URL. It will download Jenkins repos and place it in hcm.repos.d. Do you remember yesterday I have shown that? Already M repository files are configured, but Jenkins is not present in these repositories. You want to download it from another repository. So that's what is this command doing. Download Jenkins repository file and place it in -o, means put the output in this location. So just go here and run those commands. Arre. Now you can see Jenkins repository file is created where the repository from where Jenkins should be downloaded will be configured. Okay, that's how you create those repository files in cases if you need. And then downloading the Jenkins key file to download from those repos. So then it is asking us to install install Java 17 and install Jenkins. So let us run the command. Everything I'm running from here. If you see here, some font config, some miscellaneous package is installed, but the main package is not available. No package available. It says it's not available. Let me try to install Java, some other version, because Java should be present. I'm installing yum install maybe Java open. What is that? Java 17 open JDK. I'm just installing it separately. It says nothing available. Let me try installing another version. Let's say 11. It says it's not available and it's not available through M packages. There is another package manager for these systems, EC2 instances, which is Amazon Linux extras. Install Java 11 OpenJDK. Typo. Java 11 OpenJDK. Actually, maybe 17 could be available this way. Let me try. Actually, Okay, OpenJDK 11 is available in Amazon Linux Extras package manager, and we could install it. So this is installing Java 11. You can see here, Java 11 is installed. So if you run Java, it should show you Java. Fine. Now install Jenkins. And Jenkins has got a great GUI, graphical user interface. Majority of the tasks are done from GUI, and it runs on default port 8080. So yes, Jenkins is installed. Now let us start Jenkins. It's failing with this error, saying that Jenkins service, something like this. You may restart your system. Yesterday we saw the same for HTTPD as well, right? Or else, let me try doing the systemctl daemon reload, so that it will reload the packages. Still the same. You could try restarting it. You can check the status. You can try restarting the system. It should be working fine. Let me restart the system. And these steps, whatever we are using here, but they are in the Google Drive, you can follow them for installation. But don't copy those steps from the drive. Better you copy the steps from here, right? You take the guidance of the drive and copy this, because the ones I have placed in the drive must it be the old ones. You have to always take the commands from here. Let's connect. I have already installed it. Failed to start Jenkins integration server, failed to start this. Linux server entrance failed. Scheduling restart, stop again. Let's wait for some time. We were doing one after the other very quickly. Maybe start request repeated too quickly for the service. So let's wait for a minute. Meanwhile, any questions from anyone?
Continuous integration means continuous development, the testing all together we call it continuous integration, right?
In a whole, yes. Yeah.
In a whole only. Okay. Okay.
Meanwhile, it comes up.
Are any version difference, ma'am? The Java 11 is not supporting.
No, it is supported. It will take some time to start. Let me show you another Jenkins server after installation, how it looks, and we'll go through some basic concepts. Meanwhile, it gets started. Okay, this is the old Jenkins server. It should start, like already it is installed, so I'm starting it. Start Jenkins, should start Jenkins. This is the old server. Okay, it says it is started. If it is started, that's how it would be showing. And now if you check the status, see, you have Jenkins running, and this is how you would see. And also it have got the process ID. So netstat -lntup pipe 3377. So you can see it's running on 8080. It's working as expected. And if you see the Java, okay, Java version.
Tomcat also 8080, ma'am. It will overlap, right?
1 second. So I'm checking the Java version. Say Java 11 is there on this server also. It's working perfectly. Tomcat is also 8080, but here I'm not having Tomcat running as of now.
Okay.
There's nothing running on this port. Only one service is running, which is Jenkins. You should have star output Tomcat. Might be I might have star output Tomcat or uninstalled, or else maybe I have installed it in different server. On 8080, only this process ID is there, which is Jenkins. So now how do you access Jenkins, or how it looks like? It has got a great UI, I told you, right? So this is the Jenkins, always public IP. Hit that on 8080. That 8080, remember, I see people installing Jenkins, starting Jenkins, but complains that it's not accessible on the port. You have to add it here in the security group. 8080 is added. Okay, so I should see Jenkins. Right? You will be creating these logins for the first time. How to create, I'll show you on the old server. But yes, I have created some credentials as admin user. And this is how you log into your Jenkins. And this is the Jenkins dashboard. These are the different jobs we have created in the other batch, right? Compile job, code review, code coverage. Some of you are asking, right? So these are all the different jobs or tasks you have. I'm just giving you an overview. We'll go back to our server. Okay, how we will create them, we will learn. I'm just showing you the pipelines we were talking about, right? Let me show you where is the stage view. Okay, I think. Right, so this is your pipeline. Do you see? Compile, code review, unit test, code coverage, containerize means using Docker, then deploy and so on. Do you see these pipelines? This is how you will see different phases. Sometimes compile failed, containerize
Yeah.
failed. This is just an overview. Don't worry, we'll go through them. And also, this is a
Actually, when we install Jenkins, right, what are the other plugins that we need to install, or only Java is needed for installing it? I mean,
we did not install any plugins till now, by the way, Harshvardhan. It is just a package with a prerequisites to run Jenkins. So we install Java. We did not install any plugins till now. Plugins are the ones which you install on Jenkins. Okay. So here are this is another view of your pipelines. This is another example. Coverage. Coverage job, code review, compile, package, unit test, dev compile tasks, and the pipeline stages. These are all we are creating in the last batch. Let me try to see if I can launch our Jenkins so that we can see from the beginning. Let me try starting it. Still, Java version. Java 11, it was as expected. Okay, let it come up. Meanwhile, so yeah, once Jenkins is running, this is how you will see the dashboard. Of course, for the first time, you will see just the welcome page. You won't see anything here. These are all the jobs we have created. Till now, we are talking about as a DevOps person, you create a build job, you create a test job and so on, right? This is how, I mean, these are all the jobs. Let's learn how to create it. To get started with, let's see what is a job. First of all, you need to understand job in Jenkins or a task or a project. Or item, these terms are used interchangeably in Jenkins. So first let us understand this. So here if you go, you can see new item, right? This is how you create a job. Let's say demo job 1. Okay, and there were so many types of jobs. Choose the freestyle one. We'll talk about other jobs a little later. So freestyle means a more flexible job, a more flexible enough one, which can help you create any type of job. So I'm just creating this to understand the concept of job. See, again, you will see so many sections: general, source code management, triggers, environment, build steps, and so on. For now, let's go to build step. We'll cover all the sections as we go by. First, go to build section. Execute shell. I want to execute a simple shell command, an echo command. Let's say this is the first Jenkins job. Okay, we'll see how this works. That's all. I'm just writing an echo command. Save it. So my job is ready. This is the job. And how do you execute it? Build now. Build now means execute the job, run the job. This build is not building the code, okay? This will execute the job. So okay, actually I have remote slaves configured. That's why it's waiting. What is remote job and all, we'll see. Okay, there is no space in this Jenkins server. Disk space is below the threshold of 1 gigs. Only 692 is available out of 7.99 gigs left on Jenkins. I should free up some space, but you have to know what is that workspace and all. Let me try if this server came up. Yes. No use starting Jenkins here. To force a start use, job for Jenkins was attempted too often. I think we should leave it for some time. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just free up some space in this folder. What is this folder? Will come to this part. Actually, I have here a lot of things. Content workspace. Removing the jobs should free up space. Okay, let me give you a brief. These jobs will be stored in var lib Jenkins. That's a home directory for Jenkins. So there is no space left. It's not triggering the further jobs. So I'm cleaning up some old jobs. This is the server where it is running. Oh, still showing the same. Demo one got executed. Now, if you see, do you see that? It waited for some time. Space might be released, so it got executed. Let's come here. So go to console output. Here you can see the output of your job. It has printed this. So this is your job. Job is like a task. You may run it any number of times. Build 2, build 3, and so on. and it will take some time because of that space issue, and then it should be executing. Here you have to understand 2 points. First thing you might have understood, I just want to ask you, where is this job running? Could you see where it is running?
Where lib Jenkins?
On which server? Okay, yes, let's say on which server. Let's not talk about the path at now. Like on which server this job is executed. Yes.
The EC2 instance, right?
On the same EC2 instance where Jenkins is running, right? See,
Yeah.
whenever you click on bring the node online, it's working. So, so it's running on the same Jenkins server, like where, I mean, same EC2 instance where Jenkins is installed. This is not running on my laptop. So understand, this is like we are connecting to EC2 instance. This is the IP address of the EC2 instance, and that's how it's working, right? So this is the thing, like whenever you run the job, it executing on the same server. We'll also see like how to run it on a remote servers, remote slaves, but yes, this is running on the same server as of now. This is one thing you have to make a note of. Second thing is like which program is executing this command or which tool is executing this command. Yes, which program or which tool is executing this?
Java.
Is Java executing this shell command? Is that you mean?
I mean, there is a shell script that is executing.
Shell program on the server is executing this. Shell program on the server means this is my Jenkins server or the EC2 instance. If I write here some shell script, how it will execute or any command, it's executed by the shell program on the server, right? The same thing here as well. It's being executed by the shell program on the server. So the point to make a note is Jenkins will not do anything. Same is the case. Tomorrow you will be creating build jobs, test jobs, compile job. Jenkins server will not do testing. It will not do building. It will use the right tools or the programs from the backend and it will execute the task. Like today, it's using shell script to execute these commands. Tomorrow, if you have some, you might be running some Python script, or else you might be running some Maven commands. It will use the right tool at the backend and perform. Then what is Jenkins doing? Jenkins user is starting this job. That's all. Say I'm logged as an admin. This user is triggering the job. That's all. Jenkins is helping you manage the job. That's it. Is that clear for everyone? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the two things you have to make a note of. Where is the job running? Which program or which tool is executing the job? Let me create one more task, one more job. This is the new server. Let's leave it for some more time. So now let's create another job to get a clarity on like where it is executing and all. I'm creating as demo 2 sample project. Come to this build step again, shell, and let's say I'm just writing some echo command, and then I want to have date command. Date is a Linux command which will print the current date of the server. And the output of this, I want to place it under tmp folder date.txt. Can you tell me on which server this will create? It will create this file?
In EC2.
In the same Jenkins server. Under temp, there should be a file called date.txt. It has its old server, it is there. Let me just clean up existing files with this name, or else we could create some other file. Anyway, I have cleaned up. There is no file as such, right? It's in the TMP. So now this job should create a file called date.txt with the current date, right? This will make sure like where it is running, where your job is executed, where this file will be created. For me, as this node is offline, I have to do this. If it's a new server, you shouldn't be worrying about it. I have created another job. Okay, so it got executed. You can see this here, but where is the file? You could see the file now. See,
Yeah,
current date, system date in UTC,
yeah,
right? If you rerun this, right? So you can see the same output here, but where is the file? Right? You can see as many number of times you run for each minute, date is getting appended. So the whole concept is any job, whenever you are creating a job in Jenkins, you should understand where it is running and how it is executed. Here, as of now, bash script on the server, I mean, bash program on this server is executing it, right? So as of now, we have created two jobs, demo 1 and demo 2. Of course, these are sample and very simple jobs to understand the basic concept of what a job is. Tomorrow, we may be creating a build job, right? A test job, a coverage job and all. And then we can also connect them in such a way that, okay, whenever build job executes, trigger test job will trigger deploy job and so on. And that's how pipelines would be created. But we are at the very beginning and the basic stage. We'll come to that part. Hope you got an idea of what a job is,
yes, ma'am.
right? We will learn more on it. Like we should have our server started actually. For some reasons, it's not getting started. Let me try once. Start Jenkins. Mhm.
Can you uninstall, ma'am? Uninstall and then you can try.
Um, we can try, but it should start. It's saying just start request too quickly. Maybe we should wait for some time. Uninstall
Okay.
also. Maybe we can. Actually, service is not running. Stop Jenkins. I'll start after some time. You can start setting up your Jenkins, but start your Jenkins slowly. Don't give frequent commands. Just wait for some time. If not, reboot your server. And it should be working. The same steps should be working. Any more
Okay.
questions from anyone? Whoever joined the class today, for them, all your installation steps will be present here.
Okay.
Right? How to know your Linux distribution, the steps were here. But like I said, don't copy and use these steps exactly. It might be changed. I believe they were same, but still. So this is how you can do. This is for explanation of those commands you can go through. And yeah, it's in this Google Drive in the Jenkins folder, the first document. We might have started user management, but let's begin that tomorrow once our fresh instance is ready. Any more questions from anyone?
No, ma'am.
Try launching your Jenkins by tomorrow and we'll go with the hands-on from here in the next session. Anything else?
We need to create the user, na, madam. User how to create a Jenkins user.
You don't need to create any user. When you install Jenkins, default user will be created. Just
Admin, right? Ma'am?
install, then just install as root user. That's all. You don't need to create user separately.
Okay.
Uh, actually, just one thing. Actually, Preeti, when you will cover this Kubernetes part, right? Will you show like how we can install Jenkins as a service, like on a cluster? Or
Jenkins, I will show you as Docker container so that will help you launch in a Kubernetes. If you
Okay.
know how to launch it as a container, you can launch anything as a pod in Kubernetes.
Okay. Yeah.
Any more questions from anyone?
Ma'am, I'm unable to sign up with AWS, ma'am.
Meaning, or like what is the error you are seeing?
It is not taking my debit card details.
Can you ping us on the WhatsApp? Please ping on this number. Please ping Mr. Raj. He can help you setting up the account. Please ping this number. Ping on this number you are seeing.
Okay, thank you.
And send a screenshot, please.
Hi, Preethi. As we discussed on WhatsApp yesterday, I followed all your steps that you showed on the WhatsApp, and still, when I switch to other user and try to edit any file through Vim editor, that's not happening.
Can you share your screen now?
Yeah. Okay, host disable attendee screen sharing. Okay, I can.
Can you show me? Okay, you are logging in.
So first,
Can you
let me.
maximize this window? Putty, no, putty one.
So first, I'll show the users we have.
That's okay. Go to the.
So let me show. So this is the file I have created. Okay, I have not created any file. I think I have created.
It's a directory. Create and touch file under text.
So I'm the owner. I have read and write. So now I'm going to
Vim
give
editor.
sudo change mod. I'll give 4. Can I give the numbering system for this?
Like what you want to do first, like whom you want to
Sorry.
edit file. First try that, then we'll see what
See,
permission.
I have, as you can see here, I have Kiran and Kevin, both users here. And I
Right.
have created I have created a file 1.txt
Hmm.
for EC2 user.
Hmm.
So now I have to give write permission to Kiran.
No, what you want to do? Kiran want to edit the file. Switch to Kiran, please. Switch to Kiran. If you want to edit the file as Kiran, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I have the file here. So we
Kiran
have.
can't edit the file first of all. Go ahead. So it's read only. Close it now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now you escape. So Kiran has to edit the file. So go to EC2 user again, exit. Now let's add chmod 646 file 1 dot. Now check the file permission. So other has got
Others.
right. So
Correct.
log in as Kiran again. Edit the file. Type in something. Save it. Can't open the file for writing. Close it. Close this one. Run groups command. He is into DevOps group. Can you go to that file, groups file, HC group?
It's a group.
DevOps
Kiran,
group is having 1002, 1003. Kiran is having ID. Group ID is 1003, 1004. Can you open HC password? One zero zero two 1002 1003. Kiran is having the ID, user ID 1002 1002. Where is the DevOps group? DevOps group is also having the same group ID. Can you run once again cat HC groups? Grep here with the 1002.
What was the command for that?
Same previous
That
command, use up arrow and then pipe grep. Space pipe grep. DevOps. Again, HC password. Go to cat HC password, pipe grep. Kiran. So here DevOps group is 1002. Actually, this is Kiran user ID and password. How come user ID and group ID? User ID and group ID is also 1002.
Yeah, he's not into the DevOps group, I think so.
Something wrong here. Delete this user or else try with another user and do it. I see something mixed up here.
Okay.
Try another user. No, don't do anything. Go to switch to, set the password and switch to Kumar. Already has given permissions to us. Switch to Kumar.
Okay, you
Can
can
you
see
go
the
to the
permissions.
TFT folder? Say, close this.
Maybe folder we have to give the permission.
Yeah,
The
folder
TD folder.
permissions might be messed up.
Yeah, yes.
Go
Folder permission you have to give.
Go one step back. No, go one step back. Or else, one step back.
Yeah. Put
LS
LS
minus L.
LS minus L.
On TMP,
TMP.
okay. Read, write, execute, read, write, execute. What is that last one? Read,
It
write.
is string T, ma'am.
What is T?
This is T.
What is T? I don't know what is T. How is that permission there?
Yeah. That's
Can
the problem.
anyone check what would be the permission? Generally,
Should be
let me check for myself the permission on TMP.
It means something temporary.
It
should be X actually.
It is actually, for me, it is 1 minute. I don't see TMP folder at all.
Kiran, did you give O equal to RWT? You give yourself
Which one?
this one.
For temp folder?
Temp folder you created, right?
Correct.
RWT, how it is updated? Basically, have you given O equal to RWT? Have you given anything?
No, nothing. I just gave. I just followed the instructions which was taught in class.
Yeah, can you please do thing like chmod O equal to RWX? Temp. No.
Do we have to
Permitted.
use forward slash?
You have to go to that.
Yeah, go to that folder. But no need actually. You can do.
Right. But temp is not under the EC2 user, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Kiran, I'll get back to you, okay? Let me check my system configurations. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, sure, Preethi.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, continue with other hands-on. I'll get back on this.
Yeah.
All right then. Thank you all. Good day. Bye.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.